Okay, we are live and good morning. Welcome to the pre-match show of the last match of the ongoing Women's Tri-Nation ODI series in Sri Lanka. And today is the big day, the big final between India and the host Sri Lanka. As we all know, that India topped the group after the league stage. You can say, after winning three of their four matches, the only loss that came against Sri Lanka only, and today again they have to face Sri Lanka. And obviously for Sri Lanka, I think they started the tournament badly against India, but then they made a good comeback, winning two out of two. And then I think in the last match, South Africa gave them maybe a reality check that okay, you have done so well in those two matches, but still you have to do a lot of work. So I think this is a big chance for Sri Lanka playing in home and a good chance. I was going through some stats and I saw that I know that very few series happen between all these times, but still this is the first time in a ODI series or tournament where three or more than teams are playing and Sri Lanka playing a final since 2009. This is happening for the first time. So it's a very huge occasion for Sri Lanka, but I think Trishadi will say about it, but I think India must probably starting the match as favorites. But Trishadi, India versus Sri Lanka, as I said that India are starting the game as favorites. How do you see this match going forward?
Well, I think a lot depends on the toss, apparently, right? Because Sri Lanka is very good while chasing, but there has only been one evidence. The sample size is small as far as
Yes.
this series is concerned when it comes to them batting first. But of course, there's a sort of reluctance in batting first, not only from Sri Lanka, I think from all the sides. Whoever has won the toss has most probably selected to bowl first.
Mm.
So I think that would be one factor. But as I have written in my piece yesterday, I think the headline itself was that a shaky India facing a resurgent Sri Lanka, because to be honest, Sri Lanka will be more than happy with their performance, whereas India have a lot of questions. Like, even if they win the series here, they will still have a lot of questions to answer in their head, because I don't think the series has gone according to plan. India was the favorites. There is no doubt about that. They came in as favorites, and they should have won at least one game out and out, which hasn't happened. The rain curtain game, yes, but when not taking anything away from the game, but still, I have not seen that dominance from India in the entire series. It has been India scraping through, India saving a match from the jaws of defeat, but it's not um, that India has won convincingly, or at any point of time you have been able to say, "Oh, you know what? This match is in our bags." It has always been, "Wow, where is this going?" So I think that is something that they would want to change in the final. And of course, this final has another drama to it, because there's the Asia Cup final. Format's
Yes.
different, but the Asia Cup final needs to be avenged, and I think Indian team has got a perfect time to do that. As far as Sri Lanka is concerned, good thing for them is they peaked at the right time. uh,
Mm.
Look, I don't think losing against South Africa would be a reality check for them, because it's, yes, they lost by 76 runs, but I think still will say the way they have chased two matches down, and both of them were 275 odd, uh, they would be convinced that they are doing well. And what Sri Lanka actually, what can make the biggest difference is if Sri Lanka can field well this match, which they have not done throughout the tournament. Then I'm afraid to say the kind of form that Indian top order is in could and Indian bowlers being so inexperienced, the pace department, not the spin department, could India could be pushed. I'm not saying India could be defeated. Yes, Sri
Mm.
Lanka has defeated India this tour itself. It's not like they haven't, but I think it's going to be India, of course, 70% still ahead, but you can push India if you get fielding right. Remember, I think the match against Sri Lanka, the last game against Sri Lanka, where Sri Lanka chased 275 down against India, Jemima was a knot when Atabatu dropped a dolly. Think of that being taken, and that score could have been 250, 240. So if they get these opportunities and catch their take their catches, save the balls, I think you never know.
Absolutely. Uh, but Trishadi, obviously the problem has been the bowling unit. The problem has been the bowling unit for India. The Mostly when they are defending the target. As you mentioned, that Sri Lanka chased down 275, South Africa are cruising through in their chase in their first match. Even in the last match, they won by South Africa by 13 or 14 runs while defending 320, 330 runs. So that has been a problem, and we have discussed this several times on Defined Lives. But what any changes that you are looking forward in this match from the bowling unit? Maybe some defined plans or maybe some variations or kind of.
But I don't think the problem is bowling unit alone, to be very honest. I mean, if you look, I was just actually taking out the stats that if you look at the most runs column, you will see a Jemima there with
Yes.
201. Then it's Pratika with 164, Smriti with 148, Deepthi 126, of course, largely because she scored a 94 last game, and Richa 102. Harmanpreet in 3 innings just 99. So
Mm.
it's not like we have batted superbly either. Uh, Bowlers, yes, but bowlers you still have. If you look at it, apart from Sneh Rana and Deomi Vihanga, most of the
Mm.
bowlers have not been able to pick too many wickets because Sneh Rana has picked up 11 in 4 matches and Deomi Vihanga 9 in 3 games. But then, if you look at the third place, it's Chloe Tran with the 6 wickets in 4 games. First of
And
all, the
including
name.
a five part, including a five part.
Exactly.
Mm.
And then you also come to think of it, Chloe Tran isn't a good enough bowler where you can say that, oh, you know what, a regular bowler has picked up 6 wickets. And then there's Malaba and then Deepti Sharma with 5 wickets. So bowlers have not been good enough of any of the sides. They have not been
Mm.
able to pick that wickets up. Even Vihanga, if you look at it, a fifer against South Africa. So actually, only 4 wickets before that. The only bowler who has been outstanding throughout and has performed superbly well is Neerana. Other than that, nobody has actually been good in the bowling department from any of the countries, any of the 3 countries, not even just India. With India, what's happening is because there is lack of experience, the economical part is also missing. So we are giving away runs, and I think more than bowlers and batters, when India comes onto the field, they look less prepared in the sense not prepared for the game, but less prepared tactically. Sorry.
Absolutely. Uh, but Trishati, what will be the reason behind it? I am saying about all bowling unit, as you mentioned. They are not reading the pitch that well, or they are struggling to get that perfect line or length in this particular conditions. What could be the main reasons behind it?
I think T20s are the main problems behind it because I don't see bowlers being patient enough. I don't see
Mm.
bowlers bowling in the same channel and waiting for the ball to do something. Like for example, Madara against Woolward, she was so good, but she did not held the channel against any of the other batters. So that becomes a problem. You have to have a consistent channel because this is ODIs. This is
Mm.
not T20s. In T20, 6 balls, 6 different variations makes a lot of sense. In ODIs, 6 balls, 6 different variations makes no sense. I don't see setups. You cannot,
Mm.
actually say that, oh, you know what, so and so bowler set so and so batter up and got the wicket. And more than getting wicket, I don't see setups being done. I don't see strategies being implemented that way that, I have a particular plan against Snehashish. So I will bowl 3 in swingers and then bowl an outswinger. In swinger, outswinger, straight, slow, fast. भाई इतना वेरिएशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So I think somewhere, in this series, Nihashish, I have felt that a lot of basics of cricket has been lost. Like the kind of fielding that Sri Lanka and South Africa displayed, it looks so bad.
Hmm.
I mean, even as kids, uh, we have been strictly said that the ball cannot go between your legs, and here everybody. And the other
Yes.
problem is they're diving. Everyone is diving above the ball. They're not diving to stop the ball. They're diving above the ball. You don't need to dive for the sake of dive. There is a purpose for the dive. So I think patience, purpose, and basic ODI sensibility is missing.
Yes, absolutely. And this fielding has been a concern for all these three teams throughout the tournament. And as Trishati mentioned earlier several times, that South Africa and Sri Lanka have done so many poor fielding efforts that Indian fielding looking a better than them.
Exactly.
So, so I think this is an area that all these three teams need to work even harder ahead of the World Cup, because it's a very important part. But moving on to Shadi, I think Dipti Sharma, I think she has picked at right time. Dipti Sharma, that will still I will say that with the ball she is yet to arrive. Hopefully today will be the big final. She can come up with a big performance with the ball. But I think with the bat, she did superbly in that match. Uh, and obviously, I think Cloetan also. I think two career-saving innings.
Close.
Cloetan batted
I
in the
think
last match
Chloe
also. Oh my God!
Has gone
Hmm.
and done better than Chloe Tran herself probably expected from her. The way she has performed in this series, then now she has actually put a lot of, I think, thoughts in the South African team
Yes,
management that probably she's a very good spin player. That's why she
yes,
could manage the conditions, and obviously she has sealed a spot for but there's something interesting that I was wondering. Though she has not played a single match in WPL, I think her WPL stint could be one of the reasons for her doing so well in Sri Lanka. Because yes, she did not play in WPL in the playing 11 per se, but you have practiced in Asian conditions, and well, the WPL is almost close to a month, and I think
and
a
also
month from.
being herself as a spinner, it helps to understand the spin.
Well, that could have happened earlier in her career also, no? When
Yeah,
she
that
was
is also
always a
fine.
spinner. But I think the WPL exposure has helped her a lot,
Yeah.
has accustomed her to such pitches, such conditions.
What Laura Ulbert said, that though I haven't played that much, but I practice against so many spinners in the net, that will help
Exactly.
me. Hmm.
And now think of this, that Chloe Tran has been there with Mumbai Indians for so much time. So she
Yes,
has
yes.
been facing a Saika Ishak. She has been facing who are the other? She
Amelia
has been
K.
facing Haley Matthews, Amelia Kerr. So she is well equipped, and I think she could be one of the X factors, along with of course uh, Derrickson, Cap, Woolward in when the World Cup
Direction
is
has
played.
been superb.
Oh,
Direction has been superb.
I'm
The
sure
way
somewhere Marizane Cap would be so proud and relieved that eventually, when she walks away from cricket, cricket South
yes,
Africa already have someone
already.
who cannot
Hmm.
replace her. Of course, nobody can
Yeah,
replace
no
anybody,
one can
but
replace
at least
anyone.
do that role.
Yes, absolutely. But we drifted away with the South
Yeah,
Africa discussion. But Dipti Sharma, Trishadi.
Deepthi has saved her career for the time being with that 94. The good part was I did see her playing shots which are not sweep shots.
Hmm.
So kudos to her on that. Look, Snehashish, Deepthi was an opening batter, right? So it's not
Hmm.
like there was any doubts in her ability to perform or to bat or to score runs. I think a few things have happened. After Harmanpreet took over as captain, there has been that shuffling in the Deepthi Sharma's batting order, where she has found herself, and this is not captain of the ODI team. Talking about it started with 2016 captain of the T20 team.
Hmm.
That because of Deepti's playing style, she needed to be moved down the order, and she kept going so much down the order that her confidence took a dent, that her belief took a dent, and that she completely forgot batting at one point. Every time Deepthi came out to bat, you would get scared that okay,
Mm.
maybe it's down in the dumps. And now she bats so much lower down the order that she has to expect that she'll only get big innings chances when India is really in trouble. Otherwise, it has to be quick fire ones. But the good thing is there were two chances for Deepthi in this series itself to
Mm.
actually score big. There was one against South Africa. Yeah, one against, I think, the
Yes,
first.
against South Africa, yes.
Yes, and she did not respond well. This second game I thought is extremely important because had she not scored here, as I had said earlier as well, maybe Indian selectors would have thought, you know what, Sneh Rana is picking up wickets. Deepthi isn't, and not only is Deepthi not picking up wickets, I think throughout the tournament as a bowler, Deepthi has been
Mm.
extremely average, which she isn't. Just by the way, if anybody tells me that that is how Deepthi bowls, then I'm not going to believe it. I mean, because I don't think Deepthi Sharma is an average bowler by any chance. If you tell me she's an average batter, I'm ready to agree with you. Not an average bowler. I think there has been lack of application. Probably her batting order, probably her batting form was bothering her. Not a great WPL, though she was the captain of UP Warriors. It could have been statement wins considering the fact that she was the vice captain of the Indian team against Ireland when Harmanpreet was rested and Smriti took over the reins. So then the UP Warriors captaincy happened, and she could not prove herself as a batter, as a
Mm.
captain. Things must be all wrong in her head. There's the bird in Snehashish's house. But yeah, uh, I think Deepthi was not in a very good place with the kind of bat captaincy and batting performance in WPL. Now she's back. In fact, last game she picked up wickets as well, which shows that one thing goes right and your confidence shifts to the other part as well.
But moving on, before moving on to the comments, last point on India. Obviously, Jamie scored that 100, and hopefully she will continue that momentum. But the main factor would be to see that whether other batters can convert their starts into big score. I think Shriti Mandana, be it Harmanpreet Kaur, Harlin Deol, maybe uh, they got their starts, but they failed to convert those. Shriti Mandana at least scored those 50s, but again going again getting out on 45 50 ones like that. So that is an area I think that will have to keep an eye in today's game. But last question, Trishadi, Amanjot Kaur did pretty well in the last game, and Shuchi Upadhyay also there on her making her debut. Do you see both of them playing in this game, or maybe Amanjot is there, maybe Shuchi is not there in this final?
No, I think against Sri Lanka, depending on the pitch, I would say I think India will go for more spin options, especially
Mhm.
because don't think Arundhati has also looked. Because what are your options? Sorry, your options are Arundhati and Krantigor. Um,
Yes.
I would be very surprised if you make a Krantigor play today. I mean, you can't hand
Yes.
over
At
debuts
least
on
don't give
final.
debut capsule final. At least.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean, that will kind of show that we are a little complacent.
Mm.
That because we are playing Sri Lanka in the final, we can hand over debuts in the final game,
Yes.
which I don't think India will be doing. So the other option being Arundhati, I don't think Arundhati has been very impressive throughout the series.
Mm.
So don't see her being back. And if Arundhati is not back, you are not going to give Kranti Gaur the debut, then of course you have to stay with Amanjot plus Shuchi, Charani, Sneh Rana, and Deepti Sharma. This is where, again, from day one, I have been saying, and I think probably the viewers would be tired of hearing this, but where exactly is, uh, you know, our leg spinner Priya Mishra?
Oh, that's the question the right person can answer only.
Can answer, yes. And
Yes. Okay. Okay, first comment Mandeep saying last matches 300 plus had been scored. My philosophy had been successful, but it's not easy to score 300 every day. So indirectly, I think Mandeep saying that today it will be difficult for any team to cross 300.
Um, Sri Lanka has not crossed a single 300.
Yeah.
South Africa has crossed it twice and India once.
Mm.
Sri Lanka might cross it, but for Sri Lanka to get 300, I do think Chamari Atapattu has to perform better. Or
Yeah.
I have no idea, if we are seeing the end of Chamari Atapattu.
Ooh, okay. Mandeep saying first two games chasing team zone, then next two game owned by batting fast teams. Yes. I think we have to score enough runs, more than enough runs on the board while batting fast, and then only you can win those games. Otherwise,
And then you have
they
to
will-
bat and then you have to bowl and field well.
exactly.
It's not like when it's not like just scoring 300 would be enough.
Yes. Mandip also saying finally lot about pressure. Trophy will be at stake for both the teams. Yes.
I mean, it's a tri-series final. It won't be as equal to a World Cup final. That would be a different beast altogether.
So Varno Sen saying when the match starts, it's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. And next, Mandip saying what we are discussing that India bowling is a bit concern still. Yes, it's an area that
Yes,
India will. Asim Hans is there. Can we really make India favorites for today, considering we have been scrapping past oppositions and even having a 1-1 record by Sri Lanka in the series? Good question.
still
But
I
on
would say
paper,
70-30. On
yeah,
paper, 70-30, of course. I
yeah.
mean, if with this
On
Indian team
paper, considering the
you chase
experience
as
and all, yeah,
exactly. Uh, and
India are
especially,
the.
somewhere Snehashish, I also think that if Sri Lanka had fielded better in the series, I would have still put them forward maybe a little more
Hmm.
and said 60-40. But their fielding has been poor, and we also know the fact that Sri Lanka uh, uh, is extremely inconsistent. One of their biggest battles
Hmm.
throughout their cricketing careers, every single players has been their inconsistency. So you have to say someone like Vihanga has been taking wickets, is completely in form, and today goes for 6-7 runs and over. Suddenly, the whole bowling lineup
Yeah.
looks weaker than it actually is. But also, I would like Chamari Athapattu to make some bold decisions as a captain.
Hmm.
Bring in Sugandhika Kumari the moment Smriti Mandana comes out to bat. Don't even give an easy single away. Don't bowl to their legs. With Pratika, just bowl that fifth, sixth stump line where she
Hmm.
reaches out and she likes the feel of the ball, coming onto the bat. So push her, give Madara the bowling, ask Madara to maybe bowl a leg cutter. Yeah, a leg cutter makes a lot of sense if you are a little proactive, because here, of course, Sri Lanka will be the lesser favorites, right? Or will be, the favors will be in India's odd. But these are the games where you can show real character and go out and disrupt that sense that Indians are favorites in the game.
Sorry, absolutely. And you also expect a team like India that they will not repeat the mistakes that they did in that loss against Sri Lanka. That is a expectation from a team like India, but how much they can do that will time only say. During the post match, we
Expected
can discuss.
just remember, expectations hurt.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Sanjit Sarkar is there. Sri Lanka women have to take catches, also batters when set, not throw in away their wickets. From their perspective, last game two in match, but threw it away going for big hits and
Correct.
suicidal runs. Good point.
Correct.
Okay. Next is Pavan Shrees. I think India women needs to go 300 plus total. I think if you manage to score around 290 or 300 plus, I think that will help your bowlers to have that cushion. Otherwise, it will be difficult.
Absolutely.
Uh, Prince of Wales. The Jemima and final having a different kind of love story. She can today break that jinx.
If she has to break the jinx, then we are assuming that the top order has failed again. Because
Yes,
don't forget, she's coming at number 5.
yes, that's the point. Sanjit Sarkar, just wondering what will happen if Sri Lanka women bat first and with what target in mind?
280. They have to
Yeah,
start with 280.
I think they will not at first will target 300 plus, considering their batting ability and all. I think 270, 280 will be their main target. But
It
for
should
that,
be.
still they have to play very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mandip saying India hadn't actually won tosses and it's always good to bat fast because ODI, it's difficult batting fast, how much score will be enough. But in chase, you got that idea on how much you had to chase. Yes, absolutely.
Not only in
That's the
ODIs, in ODIs, T20Is, everywhere. I
yes.
mean, when you're
In
batting
every
first,
form.
you have to be. Yeah. It is much more difficult when you're batting first.
You can pace your innings according to the calculation, according to the needs. So that helps. Principal for both teams, who will be the standout today? Standout player, Trishadi. One from India, one from Sri Lanka.
Uh, Jemima and Snehrana from India, Sri Lanka, I think Vihanga and Harshita.
Harsh- Yeah. Yeah, Harshita has been superb at number three.
Yeah, really impressed with her. Really impressed with
Very
her.
impressive. And
And
very
if you see,
simple technique. Very
yeah,
simple technique. Doesn't do fancy shots and all. Normal cricketing shots. Score 50 and 60. So very good. Prince of World. If India batting fast, which is the power play and total score, and if India chasing, what will happen? I think if India batting fast, they will obviously look for 300 plus. There is no
yeah.
denial of that.
But
And
I
if
think there will
chasing,
be 45, 46 odd for 2 wickets.
yes. But I think Tushati, India will love to chase because seeing that their
Any team
bowlers
that
have
wins the
struggled to
toss will want
defending.
to
Yeah,
chase first. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Any team that wins the toss will want to chase.
Bat first, put runs on the board. Oh no, bowl first and then go for the chase. Yes. Okay, Rakura is saying Yastika should replace Halin. I think it's very late
In
now.
the
I think in this
final,
match, yeah, in this match you cannot see this kind of a change. At
bring
least in the
Jemima
last
up.
match,
Repeat in her
yeah, you could have.
500th time. Bring Jemima up. Even after her century, if you don't bring her at number 3, I mean, kya hi bolna. Bring her up at number 3 and at number
They
5,
will,
why don't you
they,
send someone else?
they will tell that you scored that 100 while batting at five. Nah, they will not see
Only
that
at
she
5.
came out to bat at number at 10th over. They will not see that. They will
Exactly.
see that you came
Exactly.
out to bat at number five. You scored that 100.
Exactly.
Okay, Sanjay Sagar saying last match one positive aspect of Sri Lanka women was catching and sleep aspect like test match. Yes, they were good in that match.
See, Sri Lanka has done one thing very well, Snehash, is that they have improved everything, even their bowling, fielding,
Hmm.
batting, as the tournament has gone. Yes, they were bowled out for 239 against South Africa in the last game, but that's one off. I think two back-to-back chases of 270 above that they pulled out of their bags uh, shows kind of what this team is capable of, and I hope
Still,
their team
still, I
understands.
will say 240 is a very good score while you are chasing.
Yes, and the pitch wasn't all that easy to
Mhm.
bat on. You could see even someone like Wolvard struggling. So
Mhm.
someone with the technique of Wolvard struggling means the pitch is difficult to bat on. And these pitches have been difficult to bat on. I think they have been slower and lower than the pitches you will get in India as well.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I would be saying there are a lot of talents out there, but we are going with Hallin worst team selection.
Who are these
I think
talents that Ragul you are talking about? Who should be playing at number 3? Just comment and tell us.
within the team there isn't only one option, but they will not do that.
Yeah, within the team, it could be Yastika.
Yes.
Oh, and within the
Uh,
playing 11, it's only Jemima. That should
Jemima,
have been
yes.
there. Yeah.
Hmm. Asim Hans, by saying that other teams' bowlers have not taken wickets, are we giving common excuse to our super bowling department? Even if we bring experienced players, we will be taking. No, there is no excuse. We are also saying that our
No,
bowlers didn't
Sumant, I
perform.
think you read my sentence wrong. I said any of the three countries. I did not say if India bowled outstandingly well and did not get wickets. I said all three bowling departments have been subpar.
Yes. Next is Mandeep saying both the teams will have a chance to showcase that we can win finals. The one who can absorb the pressure will win today. We'll get to know who is a big match player.
I don't
Yes.
think there's a huge pressure of this Tri Series final. To be very honest, this
I think
become
when the match is progressing and if they're in a crunch situation, only then will be. I think the pressure will come.
exactly, exactly. It's
At
a
the
Tri
start of this
Series.
match, I think they will take it normally as
Yeah,
of now.
yeah.
Ragul Ravi, Indian team should provide talented cricketers more opportunity instead of persisting with the same lineup. Again, as Trishadi said, just come up with some names so that we can discuss.
Exactly. I mean, these are comments that you will go and speak everywhere, probably.
Uh,
What are the opportunities not being given? There is a Richa Ghosh who's there. There is a, uh, uh, you know,
you gave
Jemima who's there.
uh, Raghuji has problem with the number three being holding there. So at number three, Trishadi, you wrote that piece that many players have been given. Yastaka have been given their chances. Tejal
Yeah,
Hasnavis have
they
been
have
given.
not performed, and I have statistically proved that nobody else has performed. Whoever has been given a chance. Yes,
Exactly.
Snehashish and I have been continuously saying that why has Jemima not been given a chance when Jemima uh, is your most suited and the best number three, there in the team. But it does not mean that the Indian team has not given chances. It means that people given chances other than Hurlin have actually not performed. And you know what? In ODI cricket, everything is not about strike rate. Just get
Yes.
ahead of yourselves and stop this strike rate nonsense for once and all. I understand in T20s people being obsessed with strike rate. In ODIs, what obsession with strike rate? First, it's a 50 over game, 300 balls. It's
Yes.
almost like saying in Test cricket also these people will come up and say that, oh, you know what, strike rate is a problem. I mean, come on, Test cricket, one day cricket is not about strike rate. It is about uh, yes, Harleen, I don't think has seemed confident or has seemed scratchy, but all of them have. Everyone has been playing badly. That is something we should concentrate on and not pick on one particular person. Given a chance, I would obviously put Jemima at number three. But if you're not doing that, then I don't see suddenly for no apparent reason to replace someone like Harleen. She has a 50 in this tournament as well.
Yes. Okay, Sanjay saying your view on having FTP like ICC's CWC League 2 for men for associate women. There should be adequate ODI games for them also. Also, why five associate teams with women ODI status? It could be more teams.
These are for ICC to decide. I mean, me sitting
Yeah.
at my home and giving policy instructions to ICC is a little bit funny. I think
Yes.
depends on how you cannot randomly see. I am actually against randomly saying that 20 teams should play the World
Yeah.
Cup or five teams should have. Yes, you want, especially as a sports journalist, I would want cricket to be a global event as much as possible so that I can cover cricket the entire year round. But that's not exactly the point, right?
I think the
Uh,
main factor, Tushad, is competitiveness. Uh,
exactly. How
yeah.
many of us would watch a Uganda versus Botswana match? You cannot sustain that. Of course, I'm repeating again. Probably associate nations should include a few more teams, but it also depends on how are the teams performing. You just can't have a team and say one is 10 all out, the other is 20 all out. I mean, a match is happening. You are saying, oh, we have got 500 teams, but that's not fair. I just think that's toying with the quality of the game itself.
And I think you cannot think like the footballing way that okay in football it is happening, why not in cricket?
Absolutely.
You cannot compare that. Two different sports, the
But
competitiveness level
football
is
is anyway
completely
a
different.
global game, Snehashish.
Global
Football
game,
has
yes,
always been a global game.
yes,
Cricket
and the
has never been
competitive
a
level
global
is
game
different. They are Uganda
because it's
playing
a global
somewhere.
game.
Yeah, that is
Because
why
it's a global game.
obviously
Uganda
exactly.
football team has been there for at least 50, 60, 70 years.
Yes, yes,
With in cricket, it's 50 days that they're there. You have to give the countries, the teams, the associate nations some time.
yes. By the way, Sanjit, you mentioned this. I qualified and all. Did you notice the match yesterday happened between UAE and Qatar? Uh, the master stroke that
Yes.
UAE managed to do,
Oh, they were
10
brilliant.
retired out batters. I was shocked
Brilliant.
to all batters are retired out. 16 over 192 and they won the match by bundling out Qatar. By, and after the
It was
match,
so funny. Yeah.
after the match, the captain Isha Oja was asked, "Did you know about this?" She said, "I was so confused. I just don't know what was happening." So it seemed that it was a masterstroke from the coach, and when the I think her name was something Aisha Mohammed or something, the Qatar captain. When she was asked, she said, "I also don't know. It was so funny, but I couldn't do anything. But it just
Yeah,
happened
because what they did is in the rules of the game.
within the
You
rules."
cannot.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, it's
but
written.
but I think now ICC will look upon this and make some certain changes.
Why? I would love more matches to have results. Think of this: had they not done those retired outs, this match would have been abandoned. I think
Oh,
it's a very
I would love to be in this venue. I would love to see these players going running, padded up and just say, okay,
and two
done.
players at a time. You see, players at a time, not even one player. Two players going out, two players, and I was like, "What is happening?" Because I have never seen that. Anybody hasn't seen that, and I was like, "Why are they going out? Have they sent the wrong batters?" For the first set, I had thought, "Have they sent the wrong batters? Why exactly are two batters coming out and then they're leaving?" Umpires also were confused. They're on their walkie-talkie all the time. They're like, "What's happening?"
Oh, fantastic, fantastic masterstroke, masterstroke.
Brilliant.
Sanjit Sarkar. Necessary for all Asian teams to tour SENA countries and vice versa to improve your skills. Yes, India will visit now England, so it is happening. Will happen. Yeah, the number might needs to be increased. That you can say. Number of matches. Yeah,
Oh, I
Mandip.
thought number
Quickly.
means the number of teams you are saying need to be improved. So I
No.
also got confused. I was like, what?
Pitches had been batting friendly last two games. Can we expect same pitches?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
expect that.
similar pitches, but no, I don't think it will be completely friendly, especially given the fact that I think, of course, Sri Lanka will get some home advantage, and for them to get any home advantage, they need to be able to exploit the turn.
Yes.
May I
Mandip
see
has come
when the
up with
toss will be
today's.
done?
Yeah, I am trying to get, but I think he is yet to be done.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, Mandip saying today's winning mantra score 300 plus win, restrict to under 300, then chasing team can win. Okay, basic. When you bat fast, you score 300 plus, you can win. When you bowl fast, you restrict under 300, you can win.
Oh,
So
okay.
that
Easy.
is the basic mantra. Yes. Okay, what is this? Vinil Reddy. Core should bat at number three or retired immediately. Oh my god. Oh my god. Harmanpreet
Why?
Kaur. Why? Harmanpreet Kaur should bat at number four. That is her position. She has been batting at
Harmanpreet
that
Kaur
position for a long,
is
long time.
at the correct. Yeah, she's at the correct position.
ना पूरा एकदम स्ट्रेट कट है इधर उधर बैठ करो नहीं तो बाहर ही चले जाओ भाई साहब. Prince of World. I saw some tweet on Twitter like Indian management did well on choosing Jamie to bat at number five. What's your thought?
What?
Our thoughts are that I saw some tweet on Twitter that somebody tweeted that India management has done well choosing Jamie Rodriguez to bat at number five. What is our
My
thought?
thought
Our
is,
thought has been very clear.
my thought is that person needs to watch more women's cricket to understand, what's wrong and what's right.
And or at least stop tweeting seeing what is trending at that moment.
Exactly. Exactly. Well done.
Yes, Mandip. Though it's a tri-series final, but every team wants to win trophies. Be it a yeah, absolutely. And winning a
Yeah.
trophy
Otherwise,
will
they
be a
wouldn't have,
uh,
you know. they wouldn't have played even.
Mandeep saying Uday cricket is all about scoring 300 plus or 350. If you are able to
No,
do it against
Mandeep,
big teams,
stop
you can.
saying the same thing. For God's sake, Mandeep, stop commenting this one. This one. The
Mandeep
problem
is
is you're
here for high scoring
exaggerating
games.
it. Yeah,
Only
just
high
high
scoring
scoring
games.
games. Yeah, I mean, everyone will score 300. Watch.
Okay. Vinil Reddy. Tushad, you should take this comment. Can you speak
Okay.
anything about Harmanpreet Kaur captaincy when there is a partnership? She is clueless. Please look into this matter. See,
Please
we
look
can
into
look in.
this
We
matter.
cannot look into this matter. We are no one close to the team management. We can discuss with you that that the problem that you are mentioning, if we are also seeing the same or not, that Tushati can discuss or we can discuss. But we cannot look into that matter. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Tushati, please look into the matter, please.
Yes, I have never rated Harmanpreet as a good captain, and I'm not going to change my mind even if she wins the World Cup, because I don't think she's a good captain. Yes, she's clueless when there is a partnership. I don't see Plan B. I don't see proactiveness. I don't see her, you know, trying to get her bowlers to get wickets. I
Hmm.
do see her shouting a lot on the players, and yes, as a whole, as a captain, I don't rate her. I probably would give her a 3 out of 10 or something of that sort.
Yes.
Even after all the hatred I've received online because of saying this quite openly. That's first part of the question. Second part of the question is, Vineet Reddy, who do you think we are? We are sports journalists. We cannot be looking into anything that
Yes.
happens. Of course, I think with two Mumbai Indian, with two trophies for Mumbai Indians, a lot of people, of course, think that she probably is a very good captain. But you have to understand one thing. Um, you have to understand one thing that in Mumbai Indians, she has a lot of backup. Probably in India, she doesn't. But I would say in the last one or two series, I have seen Smriti been extremely actively involved as the vice captain. In fact, at times you will get confused whether she's the captain or Herman is the captain, because you will see her setting the field all the time. But I would say someone like Herman needs a little bit of backing when it comes to
Hmm.
captaincy, because not everyone is captaincy material. You can't take anything away from Herman the batter just because she's not captaincy material. I don't think anybody needs to be blamed for that, because not everyone is a captain, and it's fine. But yes, if you are not a captain, then you should not be captain of the Indian team. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, the toss is done. India have won the toss, but opted to bat first. So India have done something special, I think. So let's see. How, so let's see how they do. but
India
but at
wants
least
to
they won the
defeat.
toss. Hmm.
Yeah, India wants to defeat Sri Lanka uh, while they are chasing, to say, see,
Yes,
we are the strong ones. We defeated you in with when you are doing what your strength is.
yes. They want to give it return in perfect scenario that we didn't do that time, but this time we'll do it. So let's see. We'll hope that India will do. But okay, let's continue with the comment. We'll come to the playing 11s once they're out. Okay, Mandeep. The new players coming, lot of youngster in women's cricket for India are aggressive batters, so future is bright. Just the bowling in the main concern where which were lagging. We need a good bowling lineup.
Okay, Mandeep, but maybe watch more women's cricket matches.
Yes. Harmanpreet will continue as captain in this last World Cup, and it will be her last chance. After that, she will hang her boots, perhaps. To see. Mandeep, why they got retired out? Are they injured? No, no, no. They are all fit and fine. Actually, the match was actually the match was 16 for 16 overs, and there are rain threats. So they had to win the games because
It was a 20 over match. In
okay,
16
because of
overs,
rain.
UAE
Yeah.
reached 192.
Okay, in
But
16 over they
because there
retired. They
was,
okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
because there was rain threat, what the coach did was, because
Hmm.
clearly UAE captain as well as, Qatar captain had no clue what was happening.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
completely the UAE coach's decision. So she or he ensured. I don't know who's the UAE coach. He he
Hmm.
ensured that everyone retired out. So what that happens is basically, um, see, in T20Is and in ODIs you cannot declare, right? So
Clear
it
the
was a sort
innings.
of
Hmm.
declared without declaring. So Qatar comes out to bat and they get bowled out, and UAE actually wins that match. So that is how it played out.
Oh, Tanmay Singh, Amanjot Reddy out.
That
Okay,
happened
the Indian
last game.
playing.
No, that
Yes.
happened last
Okay.
game.
Yeah, Indian playing 11 is there. It's Shruti Mandana, Pratika Rawal, Halin Deol, Harmanpreet Kaur, Jemima Rodriguez, Richa Ghosh, Dipti Sharma, Snehana, Sri Charani, Amanjot Kaur, Kranti Gaur making her debut in the final. So India have done it that we are thinking that at least they will not do it, but they have done it. They have shown that they can do anything. So Kranti Gaur making her debut in the final, Trishadi. Oh
Well
my.
done.
Well, very
Well
happy.
done.
See, very happy for Kranti Gaur that she's getting a
Very
game, but
happy
that
for
it
Kranti Kaur.
shouldn't happen in final.
Very happy and very apprehensive, both for Kranti Kaur, because now she has played one match for India. But what happens when Renuka comes back? What happens if in the England series
The
Renuka is
same
available?
circle. The same
Yes,
circle.
same vicious cycle that uh, Indian selectors have ended up most careers into.
Yes. Okay, for Sri Lanka 11, it's obviously Atapattu is there, Harsani Pereda, Samarukrama, Guanaratne, Vatsala, Silva, Sanjivani, Vyanga, Madara, Kumari, and Ranavira. So this is the Sri Lanka playing 11. Well, obviously, I think now, I think all eye will be on Kranti Gaur. The focus is shifted on Kranti Gaur, how she will do on her debut. But is there any need? Why India didn't go with another spin bowling option, Trishad?
Because
You have to give debut.
yeah, लाए हो तो कैप देना पड़ेगा.
मतलब क्या बोले अभी मतलब इस
फिर
मतलब
no,
इसके
but here
इससे
is
कोई
my thing.
क्वेश्चन भी पूछो क्वेश्चन भी दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा है प्रॉब्लम यही है.
No, but you know what the problem that, or something that annoys me is, you have given everyone the chance, right? You have
Yeah.
given Krantikar the chance. You have given debut caps to everyone, but you have not given Yastika a single chance.
Nah.
मतलब logically कुछ नहीं करना, magically सब
Out
करना.
of the box, always out of the
Yes.
box.
No, somebody said no out of the tournament. You remember in Bangla there was some comment about KKR thinking out
That
of the
thing only
tournament.
came into my mind also while I told that.
How will you
Okay.
like this compete with England and Australia? I have no idea, because England don't go by England's Ashes 16 nil. Now it's Nat Silver and Charlotte Edwards. It will be a different England with the same players. With the same
Hmm.
players, the England team will look 10 times more, 10 times more aggressive, 10 times more dangerous.
Okay, Mandeep Singh, Harmanpreet Kaur is a woman of big occasions against Australia in big finals, semis. On she scored runs. Yeah, we
I
lost due to some
173.
complaints. She got run. Don't give strike to him herself, unfortunately. Yeah, those runouts are very unfortunate. The bat getting stuck and all. So,
That's mistake.
yeah, yeah. Mandeep, Harmandeep is clueless. Rohit is also clueless when Travis hits bats. Everyone becomes clueless when aggression comes from opposition.
No, that's not your Mandeep. Every time, even when aggression doesn't come, but a partnership is built, Herman is clueless. As I said, Herman is not a captain material, and which is fine. See, the problem is not with Herman. The problem is with our thought process that every time we get a good batter, the first thing we think about is giving the next cap. I mean, making that person the next captain. I think that is what happened with Herman as well.
Yes. But the next comment of Mandip is very logical. It seems I feel Jemima would be a good captain. She had motivated players in the pep talk. I don't know, but maybe more than Smriti, we should look to her.
Of course, we should look to her, but then again, we are not the people who matter. But definitely, I think Jemmy, in fact, Jemmy should have been handed over the captaincy right after the T20 World Cup, which happened in Dubai.
Yes. Okay, Ramaji is here. I don't understand why toss and playing 11 updates come so late in women's cricket. No, no, no. I think it is some net issue or maybe something that is maybe. There is no, that is like, you just because of women's cricket that is coming late, that is not some reason. It is just
No,
happening.
it does not
Yeah,
come late every match. Today, something happened. I
yeah,
think the broadcasters. Uh,
yes. ওকে বাপ্পা দাদা তোমার মতে আজকে টিম ইন্ডিয়ার সব থেকে বেশি উইকেট আর রান কে করবে রান করবে আজকে স্মৃতি মান্দানা আজকে স্মৃতি মান্দানা আজকে হোক ফাইনাল
yeah, yeah, of
স্মৃতি
course.
হ্যাঁ
She's long overdue now. এই সিরিজে একটাও
একদম
ভালো রান করেনি তো।
একদম এটাই আজকে স্মৃতি মান্দানা হোক আর বোলিং এ স্নেহা নাই হোপফুলি আমি চাই দীপ্তি শর্মা করুক বিগ অকেশন ফর্মেও ফিরুক অ্যাটলিস্ট কিন্তু আমার মনে হয় স্নেহানাই কন্টিনিউ করবে স্নেহানা খুব ক্লিয়ার থটসে আছে এখন এবং আইডিয়াটা করে নিয়েছে কোথায় বল করতে হবে সেটা হেল্প করছে Yes, Pawan Suresh, Harmanpreet Kaur won the toss and decided to bat first. Okay. Okay, Ramaji is saying Harman is actually a decent bowler who can do the good job as six bowling option instead of Pratik Rawal. But she is injured right now. Shoulder, knee, it's very difficult. So at least the batter, the Harman and the skipper Harman, that only you can get right now.
I
Hmm.
like the way you said that. That is what you'll get right now.
Yes. Yes, Mandeep also saying the same question why Harman is not bowling earlier. She used to bowl and pick wickets. As we said, that is because of the injury. Uh, Mandeep, India is not that worried about winning. They are giving chances to youngster in every game. Maybe.
Yeah, in India is
Yeah.
khatro ke khilari.
But still, we will not go with this thought that you are giving a debut cap on in the final. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a joke, but fine, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I was also thinking Sri Lanka have given a debut also. Am I to see that both
Yeah,
teams giving debuts today, even in the
no,
final?
with Sri Lanka, I'm not amazed. I have seen Sri Lanka
Yeah.
pull up
Hmm.
this weird stunts. India also now doing the same thing just shows that I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say this, and I don't want to put anybody against anything. Or I'm very skeptical in saying this, but it almost feels like they're not taking the final seriously.
Hmm. What's okay? Yes. Okay. Next comment. Ramaji, has Pratika's weakness got decoded by teams yet? I think the sample size is too small.
Yeah, sample size is too small. We will find out in the England series actually.
England, yes. Asiman, apart from giving debuts in finals, what do you think of India giving Sri Lanka the option to chase after how the tournament has gone so far? That is what
I
I
think we
mentioned
are
when
being
I
extremely we are being
yes.
extremely experimental for no apparent reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ramaji has
Okay.
asked a very good question. I have the same question to you. So, who do you
Mhm.
give the player of the series, Derrickson or Sneha?
I think if India wins, I think Snehana. If India doesn't, I think then you can think of direction because she has done with both bat and ball. I think that's the point that can work for her. But I think still I think Tishadi, you also know after watching so many years of cricket that the winning teams get that preferred
Yeah.
most of the
Uh,
times. Most of the times.
yeah. I will say, my thought process is a little different. I feel Derrickson should get the player of the series and not Sneh Rana. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because Sneh Rana is experienced enough. Sneh Rana is an Indian spinner. So these conditions are something that she's
Hmm.
familiar with. So I'm not surprised that she has got, you know, she has got so many wickets. But think about Derrickson,
Direction.
I
Young
don't think
player,
she.
not having
Young player,
experienced player around.
absolutely. And see where see the timing of her innings. Every single time that South Africa has been in trouble, she has come and actually got South Africa out of that trouble.
And
So I think
and
if
Trishadi,
you,
in every
yeah,
game, you can see the improvement in her batting. And by the scores only. 30, 40s, then the maiden 50, 80, he scored that 80, then the 100. So the improvement is every day, you can see that.
absolutely. And in this kind of pitch, she has not played too
Mm-hmm.
much cricket, or she does not in general play too much cricket in this kind of pitch. So I think I would go for direction,
Direction.
whatever the result might be. Yes, if Sneharana picks up a fifer today, then of course you can't do anything, but you have
Mm-hmm.
to give it to her.
Mandeep Singh, captaincy leadership is natural thing. It is inbuilt. इसे आप किसी को कैप्टन से सिखा नहीं सकते हो या ग्रूम नहीं कर सकते हो किसी से जबरदस्ती कैप्टन बना है किसी को या
Correct.
आई थिंक
I agree. I agree.
लीडरशिप क्वालिटी अपने से आता है ये तो सही बात है ओके दिस क्वेश्चन इज डन who will be the assignment is done next if India wins and Pratika scored big today then can she get the player of the series no Pratika has lost her chance those two failures as a
Yeah.
captain Ramaji, I want BCCI to cancel England tour and put some series in India itself for better match practice for World Cup. Practicing in England doesn't help
As in?
because the World Cup is in India.
Oh, the women. Oh, okay, 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 okay. The women's.
Yeah, not the main. Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking why all of a sudden this.
Yeah, because Rohit
Let's
Virat
do
is
that.
not willing
Yeah,
to go.
yeah. Let's
No need
let's
of
not
the
go to
tour.
England.
Cancel. But I think ये तो नहीं हो सकता है अभी तो सीरीज तो डिसाइड रहता है बहुत पहले से आपको तो करना
नहीं
ही
नहीं,
पड़ेगा
सीरीज क्यों नहीं खेलोगे? आप वर्ल्ड कप खेलोगे तो सीरीज नहीं खेलोगे क्या? हट,
और
ऐसे थोड़ी होता
और
है यार।
ऐसा कुछ और आपको तो ये भी देखना पड़ेगा ना आप इतना टॉप ओपोनेंट के साथ खेलने का मौका भी आपको मिल रहा है इंग्लैंड के साथ
करेक्ट, करेक्ट।
उस हिसाब से तो सही है घर पे किसी को बुला के खेलने से अच्छा है कि आप इंग्लैंड में जाके इंग्लैंड के साथ खेलो वो बहुत बेटर Mandeep, same thing happened to Steve Waugh earlier. Used to bowl, then stop bowling and doing captains and batting. Same Harman is doing. Oh my God.
किसके साथ भाई किसको कंपेयर कर रहे हो यार? And Steve
Okay.
Waugh, when was Steve Waugh a great bowler? Herman was a better bowler than Steve Waugh. Come on.
Yes, that is true. Yes. Okay. All the comments are done. So
Well
that is a good
done.
job by us. Yes. And
I
okay, the
hope
match has
Snatch
also
has got
started.
good job. The match has
Yes.
also started. Prediction.
Yes.
Snatch's prediction. Come on.
Prediction: India scoring around 315.
350.
315, not 50,
Oh, oh,
15. 15.
315.
Yes.
Acha, acha.
Mm.
So who will score so many
315 and
runs
India
today?
winning. Mm.
Okay, who will score? You said Smriti.
Today I want Shriti to score a big. Need that confidence before that World
Hmm.
Cup.
Hmm. Interesting. I think India will score 265 to 270. Yeah.
तब तो
I
गियो
do think.
तब तो गियो
And I think yet again Jemima will be the high scorer.
Okay, that is fine. But who will winning? Hey, silence speaks a lot. समझ गया समझ गया
I got
जेमिमा का
a okay.
जेमिमा का शतक चला गया पानी में ऐसा ही कुछ प्रिडिक्शन आ रहा है त्रिशाली के पास
I think Sri Lanka will win. Let's say Sri Lanka will win. Though I am
ठीक है
still
देखते
saying it's 70-30 India. I would still say
यस
70
यस
30 India.
आई थिंक अ कैच ड्रॉप या कुछ हुआ है मादरा के बॉलिंग पे प्रतिक रावल का। ऐसा
वेरी
कुछ हुआ
नाइस।
है।
और इसीलिए ये कभी जीत नहीं पाएंगे।
यस यस, सामान्य में हाथ में बॉल गई थी, वो ग्रैप्स नहीं कर पाए, पकड़ नहीं पाए। तो Pratika survived the scare. So that's a good start for Pratika. At least the luck is there for her today. So yes. Okay. तो ठीक है, हम वापस आएंगे ऑब्वियसली पोस्ट मैच के साथ। ऑब्वियसली रिपोर्ट भी रहेगा, हम शो भी करेंगे, देखते हैं। और हम तो चाहते हैं कि इंडिया अच्छे से खेले और जीते, पर देखते हैं। अभी जैसे शरीर ने बोला कि चांसेस हाई है कि अगर आप अच्छे से बैटिंग नहीं करोगे तो शायद फिर से श्रीलंका चेस कर जाए और ये टूर्नामेंट जीत जाए। तो देखते हैं। मिलते हैं पोस्ट मैच। थैंक यू आप सबको ज्वाइन करने के लिए। मिलते हैं पोस्ट मैच।